Hi everyone, so we are discussing about hereditary hyperbilirubinemia. It can be of two types. One is direct or conjugated. Indirect or unconjugated bilirubin. So direct or conjugated bilirubin, the mnemonic, I hope you remember, doctors are conjugated. So it's like doctors are conjugated, D for syndrome and R for Rotor syndrome. So there are some important points to remember. In both. First of all, in Dubin-Johnson. So here it is an autosomal recessive disorder, and very important, frequently asked, it is related to the mutation of multiple drug resistant protein 2, MDRP2 mutation. So this is a harmless clinical course. Now next one is about Rotor syndrome. So that is also autosomal recessive, and that is also harmless. Now when you look at indirect or unconjugated, so here the examples are Crigler-Najjar 1, Crigler-Najjar 2 and Gilbert. So Crigler-Najjar 1, it is autosomal recessive. Important, it is fatal in neonate itself. The baby will die. Next, in Crigler-Najjar 2, it is autosomal recessive and it is harmless. Next is Gilbert syndrome. Some books are given like it is autosomal recessive, but Harrison says that it is autosomal dominant. So autosomal dominant is more prominent than autosomal recessive, and it is harmless. So this is hereditary hyperbilirubinemia. So very important points: multiple drug resistant protein 2 is mutation occurs in Dubin-Johnson syndrome, and neonatal case is fatal in Crigler-Najjar 1 syndrome. So when you look at the Dubin-Johnson, I have given this picture. So here you can see, in the first picture you can identify. How can you identify it as Dubin-Johnson? You can see certain brown pigments. It is actually more prominent in the centrilobular hepatocyte. It is more concentrated in the pericanalicular region. You can see a brown pigment. Now when you look at this, the other picture, what about the gross appearance of the liver? It is dark pigmented. And why it is so? Because of epinephrine metabolites. So I hope you understand. Thank you.